Hey everybody, welcome to Camp Villmark, the biggest wilderness expo in Norway and probably also even in the Nordics. There's a lot of activities going on here, all from camping to fishing to hunting. But what we have been most focused on here in Hall B is overlanding. And it's quite crazy, but it's been an indoor overlanding festival where people have been sleeping in their tents inside this hall for the last 3-4 days. It's been perfect, you know, no rain, no snow and no wind, and everybody has a flat spot to stand, so that's perfect. So I thought I will just bring you along and show you some of these amazing vehicles here and also some of the vibes. So come with me. Okay guys, so here we have one of the most amazing Jeeps I've probably seen in Norway so far. It's a Jeep JK, it's made by Flaten Adventures, so click here to see his Instagram. It has a 3.5-inch lift kit, 35-inch tires with spider lock, real bead lock rims, which looks amazing on this vehicle. It has an AEV front bumper with matching fenders, which has been an amazing color transformation here. He told me how he did it, and he mixed some thinner into Raptor liner to make it exactly match the bumper. An amazing wrap. It shows a beautiful gray color, really nice details with the yellow decals that actually matches perfectly to the springs. It's insane how well thought out this car is. We got a front runner rack, of course. It's probably the best option right now for the Jeep. He kitted it out with some Philips lights, and believe me, they're really bright. I got to experience this firsthand through my eyes earlier. And then in the back here, of course, we have new lights, a really important mod on any Jeep. Custom built drawer section that he built himself with the fridge slide. And it looks really, really professional. Of course, the Oyo cutlery as well, which is amazing. It's the best to have on the road. Front runner table, we have an AV tire carrier with a VHF antenna. And just a really nicely kitted out Jeep. And here we have the awesome rig of Fredrik Dahl. Again, I will link the Instagram down below so you can go follow him. He built his own trailer, which is pretty sick. Just took a regular old trailer and built it from the scratch up. A steel frame, some nice insulating and waterproof plates on the sides. And inside, it's the real beauty. It's a wooden flooring, nice carpets, nice lighting, and even put a table on the outside. So this is fully kitted out to go on adventures no matter where the destination might take you. So this is an Icelandic Arctic truck, Toyota Land Cruiser, with 38-inch tires by 15-inch. So this is a pretty big tire setup, but it's the perfect tire setup for Norwegian and Icelandic conditions where you need that extra width to carry on top of the snow. He's really kitted it nicely in the back. It's fully rigged out to go on the most epic adventures. Right, so here I am with Tur med Beate.
Hi.
I'll drop her a link down below so you also can follow along on her adventures. Tell us a little bit about your Hilux and why did you choose the Hilux to go on adventures?
Well, before we had just a camper van with a bed inside, and we noticed we couldn't go everywhere. So this is a 4-wheel drive, and it has like the low gear, so you can drive everywhere. So that's pretty nice. And also with the canopy, it's basically a home. So
it's pretty much like a camper van, like a little bit, because you have the luxury of being inside the Alucab camper, which you have, which is a pretty cool upgrade, to be honest. Especially in the winter, I guess it's a really nice addition.
It is. It's very nice in the winter, and if it's like shitty weather, we can actually sit inside. We mostly sit outside, especially with the awning, and it's very, very nice.
You also have the 270-degree awning, right?
Yeah, 270.
Really cool. And you also have you told me like your favorite modification you've done to this car was the diesel heater.
The diesel heater, we built in the diesel heater. So before we had to like put it up, and it was a lot of hassle, so we didn't use it. But now it's just we press a button and then it starts, and it's very nice and comfortable inside.
That's great. So it's actually built into the camper, so just like you press the button and it's going to be hot inside.
Yes.
Luxury. You know, for me, I have to kit it out and like put it outside and struggle with the cold and everything. So that's amazing. Is there any other modifications that you've done to this that you really like?
We tested out another seating arrangement before, but we noticed it wasn't comfortable when you're actually sitting inside. So we changed the interior recently, and we put like a sink in, so we can actually like wash your hands and brush your teeth, and it's very, very comfortable.
And what has been your most amazing trip so far? Like a memory that you look back at and was like, wow.
Oh, I think that was Lofoten.
Yeah.
We went in the summer, and we lived in the camper van for 2 weeks, and it was very nice. And we had super nice weather every day with the nice sunsets. And
that's amazing, because usually the north of Norway is not the best weather. No. But you went last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was
late in the season, so it was around September.
Oh,
then
okay.
It was nice.
Really, and still nice weather.
Yeah.
And how was the tourists? So was there a lot of tourism then in September, or?
Not so many. It was okay. It was still people there, but it was not so bad.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's inspirational right there. Lofoten, an amazing location that many of you guys definitely know. And yeah, we're gonna probably cut to some really cool shots from there, some photos, so you can have a look. I haven't been there myself. I don't have any footage yet, but we'll definitely go and we will talk with Turme Beate and Daniel DS Canal, which is the husband, right?
Yeah, he's my husband. Yeah.
Husband. So you can follow them both down below, and they can probably give you some tips and ideas if you're wondering. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Here we have a truly special Hilux. It's a Hilux AT37. That means it's on 37-inch tires. It's built by ArcticTrucks, and this specific ArcticTruck Hilux has done more than 300,000 kilometers. Some of those have actually been on Iceland. So if you guys like Iceland and stuff like that, I would really recommend you to follow Diesel Powered Norway in the link down below, Periani. He's half Greek, half Norwegian. So it's kind of like a mix between me and Eleni. So that's pretty cool. And his car is really cool. He has some really nice lighting setup going on here in the front with the Osram, the Alucab tent, and he also have the Alucab 270-degree awning. And one of the really cool things about this car is the fact that he put an onboard air system in the car. So this will help him inflate and deflate the tires really quickly when he needs to, when he goes on trips like Iceland. He also has a really cool snorkel on the side, which definitely helps him on the river crossings, and generally just a really nicely kitted out, really nice Hilux with even a road shower actually on the top of the roof here. So this car will take you across the globe if you want to. And here we have the beautiful Toyota Land Cruiser 77 series or 70 series from Norway Johan. I would definitely recommend you go and follow this guy. This car is truly one of a kind. As you can see on the sign here, it says Land Cruiser KZJ77, one of one in Norway. And I actually believe he picked this one up in Poland before he started building it, and everything from the tires to the rooftop tent, everything has been modified on this car. And he did us all a favor. Instead of me listing everything he's done to this beautiful Land Cruiser in a very special green color, we must say. He has listed all the mods on this really nice wooden board. So we'll just do a quick swipe of the wooden board later to show you all the modifications that's been done to it. But yeah, truly one of a kind, and really, really a special car. A really nice front bumper here that he has modified himself, and of course, Yokohama tires. So a really cool car, and one that I really look forward to seeing more of in the future. So I'm here now with Egge Overland, one of the true legends in the Overlanding community in Norway, and also the guy who won the first Overlander of the Year back in 2023, I believe.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about yourself. You're out all the time, I feel like.
The last 5 years, I've been outside every weekend, holiday and spare time. For me, it started like a hobby. Now it's a lifestyle. And I think I don't think I know. I'm the one in the Nordic that does this, but it's a passion, and I do it for myself to be able to have a normal life in the normal city routine. Yeah.
Oh yeah. To like get away from the city, the business, and like be in the wilderness and just be like you.
Yeah,
right?
Waking up in the morning. I'm living in the big city, so waking up in the morning in the wilderness, listening to the bird or the raindrop on my roof. Yeah, that's really.
That's amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah. I feel the same. I think that's why most of us go out and feel the nature on us. But the fact that you go out so often, that's really inspiring. You know, you find the time to do it, and you told me a little bit before about your job that you actually are able to, you know, mix a job and your hobby, which is amazing.
Yeah, before I have this setup here, I have about 250 nights in a rooftop tent, and then I bought this system and built it up. And this is a system, the camper solution from South Africa.
Yeah.
Fun fact is that it's made for the hot climate.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
when people around the world are talking to Alucab about how about the cold climate, they say, ask Egg Overland.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, because
Cool.
I made it, or not made it, but I tested it in the hot or the cold climate. So
Yeah.
it's functional here as well.
So what's the coldest you've been in this setup right here?
Minus 28.
Minus 28.
Yeah.
And then
Minus, and it's cold, but it's 28 outside.
Yeah.
It's not 28 below zero inside.
No, of course. You probably have around 20 degrees, something like that.
Yeah.
Nice and comfortable.
I sleep in a summer sleeping bag.
Yeah.
But the winter extreme is always beside me.
That's good.
Because if the heater is shutting off or something, instead of going out in the middle of the night and try to figure it out, I just roll over and into the extremes, and then I sleep.
That's good, because going out in the night when you're tired and disoriented can be a little bit dangerous when it's this cold. It's not the best idea, let's say.
And on this rig, I have a plan A, and I also have a plan B with everything, because I need to make sure that if I get stuck, I can get loose.
Yeah.
If something happened to the car, I always have a backup. Yeah.
That's great, because you have been to Iceland by yourself, right?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah, and then you drive all yourself in these crazy areas.
It's driving to and going over to Iceland is pretty unique. The nature and the environment and the people and the food, everything is good. So
It's very different from anything else in Europe, I think.
Some years ago, a lady from Australia, she contacted me and she said, I'm looking at your pictures and I'm dreaming to come over to Norway.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm sitting here and I'm dreaming going over to Australia.
Yeah.
Because Norway has so beautiful scenery, nature. So I'm blessed, but going over to Iceland, it's some kind of wildness to the scenery. It's
like a roughness, and you feel.
It's like out of
when you're alone in that wilderness, you definitely feel like you're alone because it's so vast. The areas is so rough. It's
you're driving in some places, and in some areas, it's like you're driving on the moon or in another planet.
That's crazy. So about the car, I remember you told me that everything on the car has a purpose, right?
Yeah.
So you really cut it down to the bare minimum. So you have an example of where you did like a choice where?
Yeah, a lot. But this car is built to go everywhere. But I don't drive everywhere. But I have when I built it, I have a plan for what I needed. I'm driving alone, so I need a rescue plan for everything.
Yeah.
I have the max tracks to bring me out in the sand or in the snow, and I wanted a winch in front. On Nissan, you don't have the center. I just have one recovery stock on the car, but on the side. So I wanted a center. They made a 4x4 tube in the front, and then putting on a winch.
Okay.
But I can't drive with the winch all the time.
No.
So it's on and off. And this winch is not the biggest.
No.
Because I need to think about the weight on the car. So, okay, what do I need to do? I buy a smaller winch, so it's portable.
Yeah.
But I have system that if you have it one time, you have about 3 tons of pulling power.
Yeah.
But if you go that way and back,
Yeah.
I have about 6 tons of pulling power.
Yeah, like a pulley system.
Yes. So it's easier, lightweight, and I keep it simple. So
Like effective.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it's a Nissan Navara.
Nissan Navara.
Yeah,
In
well-
Norway, it's a Nissan Navara.
Yeah, and is this? I don't see many Nissan Navara in Norway, like or Arctic trucks in general.
No, in the start when I was building this, I said this is the coolest Nissan Navara in Norway.
Yeah.
Now I'm humble and I said this is the nicest and the coolest Nissan Navara in the world, and it is.
Yeah, that's quite
one of
humble.
a kind.
Yeah, but I do agree. It's a really
Yeah.
cool car. I see you got laser lights, so that's a really
Yeah,
good addition. You also have some kind of GPS in there. Is that or Garmin or?
It's a Garmin,
Yeah.
and it's a Garmin InReach as well.
Okay.
Mini, so I have satellite communication wherever I go.
That's good. And you also have a Starlink Mini, you said,
Yes.
and that's been working well in Scandinavia for you, right?
Yeah, now they're popping up, and in the Nordic, when you are outside the main road, you don't have any signal on your cellular phone or whatnot. And if it's not, you not have any internet connection.
That's true.
So the Starlink Mini is a good approach to have a communication to the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then in the back you have the Alucab camper that
Yeah.
you did inside the way you wanted.
Yeah.
So it's like fully customized, the whole setup.
Yeah. Once again, I wanted a camper that is lightweight because of the car. Because when you rebuild an Arctic truck, you're putting up about 250 kilos or something because extra weight of the tires and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you putting on the power, the weight on the car. And the other thing, I like the car to look good.
Yeah, that's important.
And it's slim, it's lightweight, so I can drive on snow, and I can drive in 130 kilometers on the main road without any problem.
That's great. Yeah, it's a really good piece of engineering, and it looks amazing.
Yeah,
it's definitely the car that's going to take you across the globe, and hopefully one day you will reach Australia.
I'm going to get there. Yeah. Of course.
Are you planning on driving all the way?
I have a plan, so I'm not going to say it now.
We'll see.
But I have a cool plan.
That's cool.
One thing about me, I always have ideas, and I always see them through. So
yeah, that's good. But you keep them a little bit hidden, so you can.
Yeah, because some plans, some of them are not so. Not many have done it before, so
That's so cool. Very cool. So if you want to see more of this amazing Nissan Navara and Eggy's really cool adventures, go follow him on his Instagram, and I will link it down below in the video. And definitely worth to follow. Yeah. So there you have it, guys. That was 4 amazing days inside an expo hall, kind of like a different environment than what we're all used to, but we were there with some amazing people, with some amazing rigs, and sadly I didn't have time to film everyone and every single car that I wanted to, but I will try my very best to drop in the description down below all the people, all the rigs, and everyone that attended. And I just want to reach out and say a special thank you to Adventure Overland for arranging this Camp Villmark Overland Expo part. It's an amazing job they do for the overlanding community in Norway. So also big shout out to them. And finally, as you saw, I didn't have a tent on the Jeep this time, and that was due to some logistical problems, sadly. But very short, we will have a rooftop tent again, and we can yet again go on pretty epic adventures that we're going to share with you in Norway and maybe also abroad, who knows. And as you can see, I'm not in Norway right now. I have an olive tree behind me, so that can only mean one thing, that I'm in Greece. And the reason why I'm here right now is to show you guys where it all started, where I got the passion for Jeeps, and also where I had the first off-road adventures, let's say. So if you want to see that video coming up in a couple of weeks, subscribe down below. Let me know down below what was your favorite car from the event, and would you attend something similar with your rig? As always, adventure is out there, go find it.